everyone, and welcome to another discussion on Filipino psychology. And this time we'll be talking about communication among Filipinos. Alright? So, the first topic that we'll be talking about will be under verbal communication. And under this, we have indirect communication, communication style, refusals, and respect. Okay? So, let's start with the first one, indirect communication. Alright, so Filipinos often communicate indirectly in order to prevent the loss of face and evoking here in either side of an exchange. Alright, and as we all know, Filipinos are very reserved, or gusto natin yung paligoy-ligoy muna. Lalo na kung kausap natin ay mas nakakataas sa atin. Okay? Or for example, we're talking to our boss or someone who is higher than us, hindi tayo yung prangkang makikipag-usap. Okay? Kahit may mali sila, pero hindi natin sinasabi agad-agad. Okay? And we also tend to avoid interrupting others and are more attentive to posture. Okay? What else? Expression and tone of voice to draw meaning. Okay? Dito tayo magaling. Right? Tinitingnan natin yung kung paano magsalita ang ating kausap. Paano niya na-express, or mataas ba ang boses or matamlay ba ang kanyang pananalita, and so on and so forth. Okay? So, speech is often ambiguous and Filipinos may speak in the passive voice rather than the active to avoid being perceived as speaking harshly. Okay? So, hindi na tayo yung prangka. Okay? To find the underlying meaning, it is common to check for clarification several times. Alright? So, yan yung ugali nating mga Pinoy. And we all know that. Now, let's talk about the communication styles of Filipinos. Alright? So, Filipinos will try to express their opinions and ideas diplomatically and with humility to avoid appearing arrogant. Okay, so ito yung kunwari, Sir, paano kaya ganito ang gawin natin? Okay, so medyo very humble yung dating pag nagsasuggest tayo. And although some Filipinos are very frank, no? Pero karamihan talaga ay mga talagang mahihain kung minsan, no? Nagsasuggest ng mahinhin to avoid yung impression na ang bastos naman ng taong ito. Bakit ganito siya magsalita, and so on and so forth. Right? And the tone of voice varies widely by language, dialect, and religion. Okay, which is true. And we all know that Philippines is a multilingual, okay, multicultural country. And there are times that we misinterpret other people, okay, because of the way they speak. Yun naman talaga ang nakasanayan nila. Right? Now, next, singit ko lang dito yung apat na types of communication styles, no? So, number one here is the passive communicator. Okay? And siguro meron dito ang nabibilang sa inyo. Okay? So, passive communicators are individuals who use the passive communication style, often act indifferently, okay? And they yield to others, right? So passive communicators usually fail to express their feelings or needs, okay, allowing others to express themselves. Okay, so frequently, a passive communicator's lack of outward communication can lead to misunderstanding, okay, anger build-up or resentment. Okay, at the same time, these communicators can be safer to speak with when a conflict arises as well. Okay? Because they most likely will avoid a confrontation or they defer to others. Okay? Umiiwas sila. Right? So, passive communicators often display a lack of eye contact, okay, or a poor body posture, and the inability to say no, right? So they can also act in a way that states people never consider my feelings. Yung mga pinagsasabi nila, okay? So on the other hand, okay, passive communicators are easy to get along with as they follow others and go with the flow. Okay? Ito yung okay, sige, gawin natin. Eh, bakit hindi? Alright? Now, ang pangalawa ay yung aggressive communicator. Alright? So, it's often apparent when someone communicates in an aggressive manner. Okay? So, the aggressive communication style is emphasized by speaking in a loud and demanding voice. Okay? They also maintain intense eye contact, right? And also dominate or control others. Of course, by blaming. Okay? They also intimidate, they criticize, or pwede lang namang they will threaten you or attack you. Okay? And of course, kung kahit ano pa ang pwede nilang magawa sa'yo, they are very aggressive. Okay? Minsan ito yung sinasabing sobra naman ito. Okay? Masyado namang nanggigipit sinasabi natin. Okay? But then, aggressive communicators often issue commands. Okay? They ask questions rudely, and of course, they fail to listen to others. But, okay, ang good side naman ng aggressive communicators are they can be considered as leaders and command respect from those around them. Okay? Na they are aggressive in a way na gusto nilang matapos agad ang isang task at dapat yung ganitong task ay dapat may time frame, sinusunod lahat. Kasi pag hindi, you'll expect yung mga blaming, okay? Maghahanap kung sinong may kasalanan, okay? And so on. Okay? Now, the third one is the passive aggressive. Alright, so passive aggressive communication style users appear passive on the surface, okay, but within that person, they may feel powerless, okay, building up a resentment that leads to acting out in a subtle, indirect, or secret ways. Okay, so karamihan sa mga passive aggressive communicators will mutter to themselves rather than confront a person or issue. Okay? They have the difficulty acknowledging their anger. Okay? And they also use facial expressions that don't really correlate with how they feel and even deny there is a problem. Okay? And passive aggressive communicators are most likely to communicate with body language or a lack of open communication to another person, okay, such as giving someone the silent treatment. Okay, they iba pa nag-spread ng rumors or chismis. Okay, and they may also appear cooperative. Okay, but may silently be doing the opposite. Okay, sige gawin natin pero sa isip-isip nila bakit ako tutulong. Okay. So ultimately, these kind of communicators are aware of their needs, but at times they struggle to voice them out. Right? And the last one is the assertive. Okay? This is thought to be the most effective form of communication. Okay? The assertive communication style features an open communication link while not being overbearing. All right, so assertive communicators can express their own needs, desires, ideas, and feelings while also considering the needs of others. Okay, so these kinds of communicators aim for both sides to win in a situation. Okay, they balance the right of other people and, of course, their rights. Okay, so one of the keys to assertive communication is using I statements, okay, such as I feel frustrated when you are late for the meeting, okay, or I don't like having to explain this over and over, okay, which indicates no ownership of the feelings and behaviors without blaming the other person, okay? Unlike the aggressive one, na they like to blame other people, okay? The assertive one is basically um, owns, okay, yung mga gawain, or they can openly share what they are feeling, okay? Now let's talk about refusals, okay? Since many Filipinos, no, okay, try to save face and avoid hiya in their interactions, many will be overly polite and seldom give a flat no or a negative response. Okay, so when conversing with your Filipino counterpart or with your friend, okay, um, try focusing on hints or of hesitation. Okay, so we listen to what they say and also pay close attention to what they don't say. Okay? Kasi nga, ay mga Pinoy, pag tinago mo, kain tayo, libre ko. Yung mga iba walang hiya, pero yung iba mahiyain. They will refuse at first. Pero pag tinawag mo ulit, okay, then let's eat then. Okay? So, ganon. Hindi, kung sinabing no, okay, or pag sa mga bagay na like they are giving you orders, no? A Filipino friend or a Filipino person will not simply say no, okay? They will just accept the task. Okay? Sige, gawin ko. Don't worry, sasabihin nila. Okay? Pero pag minsan sa loob-loob nila, ayaw nilang gawin. Pero tayong mga Pinoy, alam niyo naman, gagawin pa rin natin. Alright? Now, let's talk about respect. Okay? So, Filipinos, when speaking to those who are older or higher with higher status, okay, Filipinos tend to use the polite forms of speech. Okay, like alam na natin to, mga po and opo, and etc. etc. Okay? Yeah. Okay? At the end of phrases, sentences, or questions, they will say po to determine disrespect for hierarchy. But then, alam naman natin, okay, that not all Filipinos are used to this. Okay? Some places here in the Philippines don't really use the concept of po and opo to connote respect. Okay? Like in the Cordilleras, they are not used to say po and opo. Okay? That's why sometimes Cordilleran people are misunderstood as disrespectful. Kasi nga hindi sila naturuan ng ganito. I mean, they are not used to it. Tinuro. Pero they're not used to it. But sa ngayong generation naman, natututo na tayo to use the terms po and opo to connote respect. Alright? Now, example, when conversing with, yan, ito yung sinasabi ko kanina, po and opo, sorry, nalito yung slide natin. Okay? Now, let's talk about the nonverbal communication. Okay? We'll be talking here about the physical contact, personal space, laughter, pointing, gestures, beckoning. Okay? So, simula tayo. Sa physical contact, okay? Among relatives or friends of the same gender, it is common for Filipinos to walk hand in hand or arm in arm. Okay? Napaka-close natin sa isa't isa. Lalo magkaibigan or magpinsan pag close kayo and etc. And this is generally done so as a sign of affection, okay, friendship, or if they are shy and would like to someone to accompany them. Okay, lalo ngayon kung naiihi ako, sabi nung isa, sige, samahan kita. Okay? Naiihi ako pero nahihiya ako sa ano baka anong sabihin nila. Magpapasama yan. Okay? Hahawakan pa ng kamay or they will just walk hand in hand. Right? And Filipinos tend to be modest and conservative in their interactions with their significant other. And public displays of affection among couples, such as kissing and or hugging, is quite uncommon. Okay? So kaya natin pag may nakikita tayong mga nag-display ng affection sa mga park natin, no? Anong unang reaction natin? Hindi naman nahiya ang mga to. Dito ba? Dito pa talaga ginawa. Okay? Yan yung mga unang reactions natin. Okay? Kasi uncommon yan sa mga Pinoy. About physical contact, which is yung mga kissing or hugging is common only when for couples, no? When they're in their private rooms or houses. Okay? Pero sa ngayong generation ulit, alam naman natin, nagbabago ang panahon, nag-i-evolve din ang ating way of physical contact. Alright? Now, personal space. Okay? When interacting with people they are familiar with, Filipinos tend, okay, to prefer standing at an arm's length from one another. Around strangers, this distance is farther. Okay? So, ito yung sinasabi natin, hindi yung super close ang usapan. At least may distansya. Kasi, pag masyadong malapit ang usapan ng ng mga Pinoy, no? Parang tabu, no? So, dapat pa rin may space kahit ka-close mo pa yung tao. Lalo na kung hindi mo pa kakilala. Alright? However, no? In public areas like a market or subway, personal space is often limited and pushing is common. Okay? And for those people who experienced riding in MRT or LRT, sobrang, no? Wala kang personal space doon. Sobrang puno, makikipagsiksikan ka pa para makapasok. Pero, or sa bus, okay? Sa buses, lalo na pag rush hours, talagang hindi mo may iwasan yon. Okay? Now, the third one is laughter. Okay? While Filipinos often laugh in conversations, the meaning of laughter tends to depend on the situation. Right? So, at times, laughing may indicate happiness or pleasure, while other times it may be used to relieve tension. Okay? In some circumstances, laughter is used as an attempt to cover embarrassment. Okay? Alam natin to. Right? Na minsan, okay, when you are in situation like you are very busy and everybody's quiet, meron ang isang Pinoy na magpapatawa. Okay? To break the tension. Okay? Or, pag ikaw nadapa, itatawa mo na lang. Kasi minsan, nahihiya ka. Okay? Sasabihin po ng iba, oh, may napulot ka bang pera dyan? O, saan yung nahuli mong palaka? Yan ang sinasabi natin. Minsan kasi, pag nakikita tayo ng ibang tao, imbis na tulungan tayo, tatawanan pa. Ayun, makikitawa tayo. Alright? To avoid embarrassment. Okay? Next is pointing. Okay? Marami na tayong ways of pointing. Okay? These are non-verbal communications. Lip pointing. Filipinos use their lips to point at an object or a person. Okay, tingnan mo yan. Tapos sabay pahaba ng iyong nguso. Okay? Ayaw mong gamitin ang iyong kamay. So, you are using your lip to point to a person or an object or something. Okay? What else? Head tilting, another gesture used to point at an object or come this way. Okay, halika dito. Dito ang daan natin. Okay? We're in, yan, uso sa atin to. Gestures, okay? Putting one's hands on their hips is a sign of anger, okay? Or forefinger in a circular motion, okay? Is a sign that someone is kulang-kulang or someone is crazy, okay? Or may ano kasi yan, bagtit data or buang. Yan. May yung ginagawa natin na yung forefinger in circulation motion natin. May kulang-kulang kasi yan. Medyo. Okay? Maluwag ang tornilyo. Bagtit. Kasi dyan. Alright? Now, dilated eyes or pupil means discontinue whatever it is a child is doing. We call this makuha ka sa tingin. Okay? So, parents usually do this when they are talking with someone, no? Alam kong kilala niyo yung mga parents niyo that when they are talking to someone and you are doing something else, okay, and if they want you to stop, they will just dilate their eyes or palalakihin ang mata para matigil ka sa iyong ginagawa, which literally means stop what you're doing. Okay? Pakuha ka sa tingin. Alright? And lastly is beckoning. Okay? So, the common way to beckon someone is by gesturing with the hand facing, okay, basta yung pagtatawag. Okay? And if a Filipino wants someone's attention, it's common for them to make the sound like, psst, halika dito. Yung pagsutsot. Okay? And, while some Filipinos would consider this gesture impolite, you will always come across locals who wish to get the attention of other people. Hindi pa rin may iwasan to. Okay? And nowadays, we consider this as somewhat a way of catcalling. Okay? Pero hindi pa rin may iwasan. Lalo na sa mga Pinoy. Yung pagsutsut. Psst. Ganun. Alright? So that ends the discussion. If you want to check on this one, kindly go to these references. Thank you and have a good day. And if you have questions, kindly post it in our YouTube. Thank you.